Hey guys, welcome back to 2 Valve GT. Today what we got going on is we're going to do spark plugs in a 2008 Chrysler Aspen with 5.7 hemi. I already got started on it. I got 2 of them changed so far. It don't look like it's going to be that bad. But I'm not going to go in through all the details, and show you guys how to do spark plugs. If you can't change a spark plug, then you probably don't need to be doing anything. Really, I mean, I'm not going to really bore you with that. We're just going to talk about it here for a minute. Here, I'll show you what we're dealing with. This is the car. Like I said, it's an '08 Chrysler Aspen. Belongs to a friend of mine. He bought the car pretty cheap, actually. Actually, it belongs, the guy that owns this 96 GT right here, he just bought this for he got it cheap. I think he's going to beat it back and forth to work. But, I mean, as you can see, I mean, this side is pretty straightforward. Looks pretty simple, pretty easy. Let me grab my light here. This side over here, on the other hand, may require a little bit of effort to get them out, but then again, I mean, really, you see 2 of them right there, the back 2, the front 2. Probably would pop this intake tube off, and the cover for the air cleaner would probably be in and out and pretty quick. But we're going to do that. We're going to throw a new air filter in while we got it here. Oil change, just basic tune-up. It's got a slight miss. Not really a miss, but like a hesitation, like going uphill on a hard pull. If you're really out flogging on it, see what that big hemi's got. When you're out there letting her eat a little bit, it does have a little bit of a hesitation to it. And like I said, I got 2 of the plugs out already. I mean, they focus in on it there. The gap's pretty big on them. And they're pretty much burned up. I'd say these probably originals, I would say. I mean, it's got 140,000 miles on it. It was one owner. He bought it off of a guy he works with. He said it started running rough. Like it had a hesitation to it, and he didn't want to take no more chances on it. They bought it new, so he sold it to him. I did pull a code out for an EGR valve and a random misfire. But I'm thinking we're going to try spark plugs in it first. Because I'm thinking maybe, the random misfire is probably just the plugs being old. And I was researching the code for the EGR valve on it. Then I might take the EGR valve off, clean it up, put it back on while I'm in here. But I'm thinking put new plugs in it, clearing the code, we'll run it and see if the code comes back. But I'm going to say that changing the spark plugs in it will probably fix the EGR code in it. We'll keep our fingers crossed, we'll hope so. But I'll probably just go ahead and pull it off anyway, clean it up, put it back together. Once we get the plugs changed, this 5.7 hemi, it's got 16 of them in it. A V8 with 16 spark plugs. Kind of like Ford in the old Lima 2.3 engine. 8 spark plugs, buddy. You got to have them 4 extra ones on a 4-banger. You got to have them extra 8 ones, But we'll get this done, and we'll pick this video. Well, no, I don't think we'll pick this video back up. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry, pretty straightforward. I mean, it's just spark plugs and air filter and an oil change. I don't think we need to go into detail on that, but I'll post up in a later video. After we get this one done, we'll what the results was on it, see how better it runs. And we got the windows fogged up. I'm not going outside because it's fucking cold out there. We got this Ford Explorer sitting out there. that it's got a coolant leak. We're going to look at. It's on the back of the engine. From what I seen of it, just when I went and picked the car up, I kind of peeked at it real quick, and it looked like it was coming somewhere off the back of the engine. It's not the heater hoses. I did check that already. They're bone dry. But I'm thinking it's a possible intake gasket. I'm hoping it's not a leak. A head gasket is what I'm hoping for. But it does. It does have a 2 valve in it. So we'll get that in here after we get this Aspen out. We're probably going to pull this 96 Mustang back out, just so we got a little bit extra room here in the shop. If I would take one day, not even a day, just come out here for like an hour or two and clean this damn place up. Because I got an old air compressor sitting over there, and you can see the junk laying around. I just need to clean this place up a little bit. But I've been looking at and planning on building in my backyard. I'd like to get it done this year, but I don't think it's going to happen. Not this year, probably next year. We'll say summer of 2022. I doubt that it'll happen this summer, but I'd like to build like a 30 by 30 pole barn back there and move all my junk back there, and move the channel back there and leave this garage up here so the kids have a place to put their bikes and their outdoor toys, and the wife can park her car in here in the wintertime, because I'm getting tired of listening to her bitch about that. That we got this 24 by 24 garage, heated garage, that she can't park in the wintertime. She's always got to go out, start her car, let it thaw out. For Christ's sakes, I bought the girl a damn remote starter and put on it. Well, you sit there from the dining room window, push a button, and look out the window. If there's no more snow on it, then it's warmed up and thawed out. Get in it and go. But you know how them women are, buddy. They want and want and want. You give them an inch and they want a mile. So, but on a brighter note, I got the green light to build a garage in the backyard. So we're going to do that. I would love for it to happen this year, but it's probably not going to. Probably not this year. I got a few other things that would be more useful in spending that money on. We've been remodeling our house. I got one room I got left to do. I got to finish drywalling the one bedroom upstairs for the baby. He just turned a year old yesterday, as a matter of fact. Little baby Wade turned a year old, so it's time to get him out of mommy and daddy's room and get him up in his own room. So I'm probably going to finish that this year. And I got the kids' bathroom upstairs. I need to get that finished. So the garage will probably come next year. Maybe this year, you never know. Hell, I may hit the Powerball or something. Then I'll just say to hell with this place and I'll start all over, brand new. But good luck with that one. But I just a little video today. I just wanted to let you guys know what we had going on. I know I was doing pretty good there, getting a couple videos a week, but then I kind of slacked off a little bit. I kind of hurt my back a little bit, so I've been dealing with that. And we're getting that taken care of, and now we're going to come out here in the garage and make some money so we can get back to the Mustang content. Because I got a 9 to 5 that I work every day. I dismantle cars for LKQ, and on the weekends and in my free time when I'm not at work, I got a little repair business I run out of my garage. I don't get into nothing major. I have gotten in. I've changed a couple engines out here, a couple transmissions. I try not to get into anything too major, because I just, I don't feel like pissing with it, to be honest with you. But little shit breaks, tune-ups, suspension work, stuff like that. We got this Mustang here that we basically have pretty much totally overhauled, and you know, it's still going. But, you know, it pays the bills and it keeps parts coming in for my Mustang. So we'll get to that. And I do have news for you. The Fox Body Mustang that I was telling you guys about, we're still in the negotiation process on this car. So hopefully we got that coming. If not, we'll find something else, you know. We'll find another one. It's like every time. I don't think I'm destined to own more than one Mustang at a time. I really don't. Cause before I started YouTube, not that long ago, I picked up a 94 GT convertible, 505 speed car. It needed the top, the interior. It had white interior in it, white leather interior in it. It was laser red with a white top and white leather interior. The interior was trashed, and the top was trashed. The car had sat for like 5-6 years under a carport, and it ran and drove. They had a freshly rebuilt engine in it. They had rebuilt it. It had GT40P heads with an Explorer upper lower intake on it and a B303 cam and long tube headers on it. But what they did when they rebuilt the engine, I'm going to say they done it during nice weather, because they had mainly just straight water in it, and then when wintertime came, the water froze and it pushed the soft plug out of it, the one right behind the starter. So they left the car sit. It sat. A buddy of mine, he picked it up, and I took the suspension out from underneath of it when I was building my 98. And then, you know, through the course of a year or so, we done some wheeling and dealing. I helped him out on a few things. He gives me the car, what was left of it. He gave me the car. He took the 5-speed out of it to put in his 94 Cobra that he's building. And he gave me the car in exchange for some labor. So I drug it home. And I put a transmission in it. And actually, I got the car running. I threw a battery in it, put some gas in the gas tank, and got the car running. And it ran pretty good. I just drove it, you know, around the block here was all I did, you know. But I put suspension back underneath of it and got it running. And then I turned around and I sold the car. I mean, I turned quite a bit of profit on that. And then I came across that 2000 GT that a friend of mine was going to haul in for scrap. And as you know, Street Slayers, he caught me at the right time and made me an offer on it. And I said, okay, come and get it. And he came and got it. So keep your eye out on his channel for that car, for that 2000 GT. The Project 5 Hondo that I had is now his car. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on it right now. I'll let him do that. He got it. He was going to do like a 2000 Cobra R, like tribute car, like a clone. Not really a clone, but like a tribute car. Kind of like what Brutal did with the Calypso clone. Kind of similar build to that. But then I think from his last video that I just watched, and I can't remember for some odd reason, but I think he changed direction on it a little bit. He's gonna do a budget build like what I was gonna do with it. You know, because here at 2 Valve GT, what the budget is king around here. You know, we do it cheap to free. That's how we roll. But tune into his channel, you know, like and subscribe on him. Like I've told you guys before, that ought to be an interesting project. I know I'm going to keep my eyes out on it. And we'll get another one. Maybe hopefully everything will work out with this 93 notch that I've been wheeling and dealing and looking at. Hopefully everything will work out with it and we can get that car coming. We'll get it here And like I said in the previous video, we're probably going to make the Fox body purists mad about it, because we're going to build a Snox body out of it. I don't have the stuff to put a push rod 5.0 in it. I don't have the money or the materials to coyote swap it, but I do have the stuff to do valve swap it. So we're going to get into that if we get the car. We're still talking back and forth. The guy that has it right now is quarantined with that goddamn COVID. Don't even get me started. I hate that shit. But we'll get back on that, and then we're going to get on this Chrysler Aspen, get it done, get it out of here. We're going to get this Explorer in here, and we're going to see where this coolant leak is on it, get it fixed. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe it's just intake gasket leaking on it, on the back of it. Could be a head gasket. I'm really hoping it's not, because I really don't feel like pissing around with head gaskets on a 2-valve and an Explorer in the middle of January. I'll do it, but I don't want to. Maybe with next gens, if he was a little bit closer, maybe I could get him. He likes doing that stuff. Or Street Slayers, he likes doing it. Maybe I could get them guys to do it. And then we're going to get the guy's coming up with this 96 Mustang. He's coming up today. We're going to order, I know for sure we're going to order the fuel rails for it. We got to put new fuel rails on it, because like I told you guys, I don't know if I actually did or not, but like, let me get down here. Like right here, when you're running the car, it leaks a little bit of fuel off of this injector and off of this injector. Now I've tore it apart, but two new sets of injector O-rings on those injectors, and I've put used ones on it, and I can't get it to seal up. So I took the fuel rail completely back apart off of it, and I noticed in the machining process of when they were making the bores in the fuel rail for the injectors, they're a little buggered up on them too, and they're not exactly round or evenly made or anything like that. Sorry guys, I just noticed I had a booger hanging out of my nose. But they're not done right. I don't know what brand they are. They look like BBKs, but I think they're just like some eBay specials. I'm not sure what they are. But we're going to order a new set and put on it. He said he would just go ahead and he would buy a new set for it, so we can get this thing running. And then I don't know if we're going to order the suspension for it today, because this car, you know, like these SN95s have, it's got stock springs, stock ride height in it. It sets up like a Subaru Outback, buddy. It's ready to go into a mud hole. He wants to lower it down a little bit, so we're going to do obviously we're going to do shocks and struts on it. We're going to buy lowering springs for it. We'll probably get, now I don't know if you guys know it or not, but on my car, when I bought springs for it, I was thumbing through a National Parts Depot catalog. And when we do the video on this car, on this 96 of the springs and stuff, when we order them, when we buy them, I'll put links up on it for then. When we do that, I'll do it then. But National Parts Depot has, you know, they're known like a household name in like the classic cars, and like the GM cars and trucks, and you know, the older Mustangs and Ford trucks and stuff. They're like a household name. And I don't know how long they've actually been doing it. So we'll just say here in the recent years, they've gotten in to the newer era Mustangs, you know, the Fox bodies, the SN95s, new edges. They've gotten into them cars, and they've got quite a selection of parts, and they've got pretty decent prices on them. I bought a set of, it's their cheaper brand. I mean, they got like your E-box springs and, you know, your QA1s, and they got your fancy high dollar brands, but they also got their own line. I don't necessarily know that it's their own line, but it's a Street Bandit is what it's called. And they have like lowering springs. It's kind of like American Muscle and SR Performance, you know. They've got their top quality, you know, their top brand, and then they got them. And there's nothing wrong with it. But they got their Street Bandit line of parts, and they got tubular rear control arms. They've got front suspension parts. They got lowering springs in the Street Bandit series. They're real cost effective. And I've had the springs and control arms for a little over a year in my car. And here lately, I've been running it every day, and no problems whatsoever. So, but we'll get into that. I think we're going to go that route with it. You know, nothing against like American Muscle or LMR or anybody else, but you know, we're going to give these guys a try. And I think we're going to do caster camber plates. Obviously, since we're going to lower it, we're going to do a bump steer on it. We're going to put new ball joints in it, so we'll probably go with the Steeda X2s like I did in my car. I think that's it, really. I mean, then we're going to get all that done. And then this spring, he's going to take it and have it tuned, I do believe. And I mean, and that should wrap this car up, and unless he decides he wants to do something else with it. I mean, he's talked about Coyote swapping it, so I mean, I don't know. So we may get into that. If he wants to go that route, we may get into Coyote swapping this car. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I've already went on and on longer than what I wanted to. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get to doing these plugs on this Aspen. Get this finished up so we can pay the piper. And I don't know, I think Silverback's going live tonight. Probably about 7, 8 o'clock. So I'll probably catch some of you guys on his live feed. So go out, remember, check that out. I think 7 or 8 o'clock is usually about when the Silverback goes online there. I think somebody's here. No, don't pay attention, guys. I was just looking out the window there. But check his live feed out, and I'll probably see some of you guys there. I'll talk to you guys there, and catch you on the next one. Later.